Hey America, it's Chef John, the Ghetto Gourmet. I got something interesting for you tonight. Okay, we're gonna go way back in time to the very first restaurant. The very first restaurant was made by Monsignor Bolognese in France in the year of 1789. And to restore in French means to restore the body. The restaurant, that's what it meant. So the very first thing they served was soup to make people feel better. So I have a very good friend of mine who just came to me, and he's not feeling well. And he's Asian, okay? And I met his mother, and he's from Taiwan. And he's really not well, and I said, you go in the house and I'll make you something your mother would make you, okay? So I had the distinct honor of meeting his mother. And so I'm about to create for him a meal that in American standards would be like, woo, this is like, wow. But I believe for Taiwanese standards, this would be most wonderful. Now, in classic cuisine, we're going to start with something called a fumay. Now, the way you make a fumay is you have a bunch of leftover fish heads and tails and bones and skin and cartilage, and you take all that. It sounds wonderful, huh? It's really, this is how you do it. This is good stuff. And we're going to use a regular mirepoix, and we're going to start with onions and carrots. And instead of celery, we're going to use some of them crazy bell peppers, because I'm going for a hot and spicy soup here, okay? We're going for basically a clear broth soup. I almost put the wrong thing in there. We're going for a clear broth soup, all right? I'm going to saute these vegetables for a second. And then I'm going to put the fish into the vegetables here. And we're going to let that go for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to take the whole fish, in this case, all right, and transfer it into the soup, which I'm going to be creating in a larger pot, okay? And so the way the setup is going to look like this. We have cabbage. We have a green pepper. We have jalapeno pepper. We have some lemon. We have some crab meat, we have the fish, and we also have fresh tomatoes. In here we have some turkey stock, and so all this combined with just the right spicing, some ginger, some garlic, some more heat to spice it up a little bit, and some salt and paprika to bring out the flavors, okay? And we're going to come up with a very, I think, traditional Taiwanese dish made from a very classic dish, which is a classic fumay. A fumay is a fish stock. So we talked about stocks last time. All right. I was flying a little bit earlier, taking everything a little bit sillier. I was just sliding around, riding around, rising up, taking my little piece and giving it out. All my brothers, all about. I just keep giving it out. It's a 541 on the check right now. I come from 301. 301, that's a 13 backwards, huh? Isn't it? Started today with $13 in my pocket, you know. So we're gonna salt these vegetables a little bit. And then you want to see what's going on in the pan? I'm gonna start running my mouth so much so we can. All right, this is pretty simple. All right, we just want to get those going just a little bit to bring out the flavors, and then we're actually just gonna take this fish and in the water and add a little bit more water, and that is going to be the base of our soup right there. So we're gonna crank that up and we're gonna let that simmer once it starts boiling. Fish head and all, everything. Because the Asian culture, they're gonna eat the cartilage. So over here in the big pot, what I'm gonna build is the whole soup. Now what that means is I wanna have this thick goopy soup with the other veggies and all that all ready to go, and just add the fumay right into the center of it, just like BAM! And what that's going to do is just like make it so I think it'll be very traditional. I think otherwise he'll look at me like he's too American and I'm crazy and I just fed him shit. And I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Because I gave him some barbecue ribs, and brother started eating the cartilage right off the top. Crunch, 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 crunch. I'm like, y'all eat the cartilage? He said, yeah, we Asians eat the cartilage. So if I do this just right, this cartilage should be nice and soft. And it should be permeated with the flavors that I'm about to put into the fumay. I'm going to do some simple flavoring here. One, we're going to go with a little bit of spice. Yeah. Just do that, a little bit of smoky spice. This stuff is like starting to be a little signature of mine. I gotta get away from it. But I'm gonna put some other stuff in there too. We're gonna put some garlic in there. Yeah. We're gonna put a little Old Bay seasoning in there. So we just built our fumay up a little bit. I'm gonna throw a couple peppercorns in there, because I got some fresh peppercorns, and then I'm going to build the other one, and I'm going to use a cornstarch slurry to thicken this. And so when I get all that ready to go, alright, this is the fumay here, alright, here I'm going to show you the easy one. Instead of doing that, y'all be like, I can't look down, the goddamn camera didn't look. Oh, I'm so sorry about my language. I'm sorry, Lord. Yes. So this is what our fumay looks like, alright? And we're just going to let this go for like 20 minutes, half an hour. That's all you need for a good fumay. Maybe 40 minutes at the most. Alright? And I'm going to come back and we're going to build the rest of the soup. Chef John, Ghetto Gourmet. Peace.